Hey guys, welcome back to Vince Customs, and today we're going to do a garage kit review on DXA Designs Dangerous Divas lineup. With the first one is Catwoman with a K, and it's a really great original type of a character. I think it's a really great design. It's sculpted by Robert Von Behr, which is, you know, Roberto never disappoints with his sculpts. He's always amazing. Now the really cool thing about this is what I'm excited about. It's a 1/4 scale. A lot of the stuff Roberto has done I've seen up close and actually painted in the past is always 1/6 scale. I know he's done a few 1/4 in the past, I think, but I've never actually seen those up close or actually got to paint them. So this one's actually got me excited and stuff because his 1/6 scale stuff is amazing, but I'm kind of more of a 1/4 scale fan. I kind of like 1/4, 1/5 is kind of like the sweet spot for me. It's like stuff I would like on my shelf. So this one's actually really good. Now, the cool thing about this kit is it's really not that complex. If you're new to the hobby, or if you've sort of been in for a while, but you're kind of worried about painting, you know, skin tones or anything like that, this is a great kit. I would say that's a good starter kit. It's really not that complex. I mean, the hardest parts would be getting the arms and the head situated onto the body, but once you get past that point, it's a straightforward paint-up. You know, you could do anything you want. You could do a a black latex shiny outfit. You could do more of a leather outfit. You could do more. You could even do reds. I mean, it doesn't have to be Catwoman. You could change it up. You could do whatever you want. But I mean, it's a really good idea of a kit, and I think, like I said, I think it's a good starter kit. And being a larger kit too also might help you. Don't think that larger kits are scarier than the smaller kits. Sometimes the smaller kits are way more complex than a larger kit. So, you know, if you're ever looking to get into the hobby or want to pick something up, this is a great item to maybe start out. So we'll go over it a bit. So you can see the base is pretty simple. It's just, you know, a rock base and stuff. We have her whip that's already sculpted into the base. You also have a little bit of a kinky cuffs and chain here, so you can have some fun with that as far as that goes. So pretty straightforward. I mean, it won't take up a lot of room in your shelf. That's what I like too. I always like the bases to be a little bit simplified and not over, you know, taking over the character, and you're focused more on the character, which is kind of cool. So Roberto, like I said, he's just an amazing sculptor. He does amazing work on all this stuff, so you can see all the nice details on here. We'll get you guys a nice booty shot. Kind of pop the light away a little bit so you can see from there. I love how he did all this string back here on the boots. Love how he did all these wrinkles. Really, you can tell it's like more of a latex type of boots on there. Nice little stitching going all around. As far as casting on this one, really great job. This is kind of more of your traditional casting than something like ownage and stuff. So this is more what you would see in the garage kit hobby. Love how he did all these back muscles on her. Just really, really great sculpt, as you can see. Kind of push this away a little bit there so you can kind of see. So like I said, on this one right here, the casting is really well done. But you know, as time goes on and they cast and produce more, you might see more seam lines. So you can kind of see there's a seam line going across here. Hopefully maybe we can pop the light out a little bit. Maybe you kind of see it a little bit more going around here. It's really not that bad. I mean, it is there, but it's not like, you know, to the point where, you know, it's really crazy. But really great sculpt. Awesome. So as you can see here, here's the head. So like I said, this head might be a little bit tricky. This kind of piece, how it goes into there like that, that might kind of break off. You know, that's because it's kind of fragile. So you might want to actually, you know, Dremel this out here. At least I would, and create my own little key. I wouldn't, you know, you really don't have to magnetize it. You could kind of set it up so this way you could kind of glue it in at the end, because the way this works is, I think the head goes in like this on the hair, and then this sort of connects like that. So what I would do is I'll set this up where, you know, you could kind of paint these two separate, and then you have like sort of like a better key system where you could kind of glue it in, or you can make it removable. But I definitely won't make it removable only because of this hair over here. So normally what I would do on something like this personally is I would attach the head, I would seam all this hair and everything, and then I would just paint it all that way. That's just kind of like how I like to work. But as far as the arms go, this arm here, which is her left one, sort of kind of goes on her hip like this. So, you know, you can kind of set that up, you know, for like glue at the end, or you can make it removable, probably. So I don't know yet what I would do. It's kind of one of those things I got to kind of plan out when I get it. But a little bit of a seam line going up here, but it's not a seam line on the stitching, which is good. Same thing over here, so this way you can actually seam this up and patch it without ruining any details. You got her fingernails, which are really well sculpted out, so that you got to be kind of careful of when you're working on it. You don't want to snap it. Now, I was told with this hand here, which I don't want to pop out yet, but this is the way the hand came here. This little piece sort of kind of goes underneath her hair, or kind of like flips underneath her hair somewhere. I forget where. So what we're going to do is, what I'm going to do is, I'm probably going to Dremel out this piece down there and Dremel out that piece there and get like a really thin metal rod and sort of kind of bend it where I need to bend this underneath the hair or something. And then this way I can paint it all and work that out. But that's something down the line. So I think that'll probably be your most complex part of the whole kit. But it's nothing that you can't really get past. I mean, you don't even have to. You can actually keep this if you don't snap it or break it. And maybe you could just hit it with a little bit of a blow dryer. Get it to where you need it to, and it should work out fine. And over here you have her heels, and then you have her cat ears that go on her head. So that's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, it's a very straightforward kit. It really works out pretty well. So I'll go over to the airbrush booth where we can try seeing it a little bit cleaner. I'll kind of sort of set her up best I can. Some pieces I won't be able to put on her, but we'll see how far I could get with it, and we'll get a little bit of a 360 as the kit's standing in the base. Okay, so here she is. I couldn't really get the left arm in because it was going to pop out, but the head and hair work out really well going in there. So we'll pop out the head a little bit so you can probably see it better in this lighting. Really well done. I really like how Roberta sculpted this one. Sometimes, you know, whatever heads or head sculpts I see, there's always like one element that really pops out at me, and I really like the nose on this one. I don't know why, just the nose is really well sculpted and it just really looks great, especially from the side view. I don't know, it must remind me of something or an actress, can't really tell, but really great, really well done. So when you put the hair on the back of her, you put the head in this way and it works out like that. But like I said, I would personally just seam all this up and get everything working out pretty well and just get it all working nice and seamed and painted in one shot. Probably get the ears all set up too before I do all that as well. But other than that, like you just get your hands situated where you can either glue them in at the end or make them removable, depending on what you want to do. Now there is one thing I realized with this when I was putting her together. I'm not really sure what happened. There is a circle peg over here, but there's two holes in the base and there's not one here. So I think what happened is maybe for some odd reason, this leg didn't hit that hole or something, and I think this peg was broken out. So personally what I would do is, if I got this kit and I'm going to build it up, I would put a rod in here, or a square rod in here, and I would keep this here, and I would create another peg over here with the square rod, so she goes in with both feet and she stays. I don't like circle pegs on statues, because if you have a circle peg, this is what happens, they turn on you, you see? And what you'll do is you'll scrape up your base or your item or whatever. So it's always better to have some kind of a square peg or a two peg system, whether they're circles, so they don't turn on you. That's just one of those things you got to think about when you're building your kits. So what I'll do is I'll keep this circle peg here, and I know what I'll do is I would just put a square one in here, because see how far I could get a square rod up here. And then what I'll do is I would drill a hole, I would work it out so this way both of them click in like so. If you don't want to do a square rod, you can actually set up a magnet in there. Maybe create a little bit of a key going down with a magnet, and so this way it locks in place. One of those things. Just something to think about. But yeah, as you can see, really well done. Great sculpt. Like I say, this sculpt is not only a good beginner sculpt, I also think this is a great customizable kit too, because that's just the way I think whenever I buy statues and kits. I love the sculpt, I love the anatomy, I love it, everything, but I'm not really a fan of the character. So with something like this, you pick one up, you can paint it like the way it is, the way you want it. You pick up a second one, you can make like a Marvel character like Tigress, or some of these other type of cat characters in Marvel Comics or DC Comics, or maybe you like the sculpt but you want to make a different character from a video game, so it's a really great idea where you can make it the way it is, or you could kind of tweak out the outfit or the hair or the head or something like that, and you can make a completely different character. So really great sculpt, really great design. Hopefully they'll make some more characters from the series. I like to see what else they can do, especially if they use Roberto for some more sculpts. Hopefully down the line, maybe in 2019, I can actually, 2020 actually, I can actually start working on this. Just put it in rotation. But just wanted to get a video out there to show you guys. You can head over to DXA Designs and get on the list to grab yourselves one. And so thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of it, and we'll be back with some more videos.